fucking cowboys, bitch ass motherfuckers.
On the sidewalk.
We've seen you! Why do you do that? Ice out of New York! Ice out of New York! Out of their homes!
Back up! Back up! Back up!
Ice out of New York! 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 Gerald, you better ice out of New York! 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 Ice out of New York!
Smile, you're on fucking camera!
Step in front of the cars here.
Don't step in front of cars that are moving.
Oh, here we go again, folks. Oh, my goodness. It looks like ICE has been ambushed again. JLR investigates. Come on in. Chicago, Illinois. A massive scene out here in the little village area of Illinois after people warned the citizens where ICE was going to be. And we have some sort of major disturbance going on right now in Chicago. Little village area. Looks like there has been a crash. This is getting out of hand. This is getting crazy, folks. And a massive group of people are now confronting ICE agents, Border Patrol in Chicago. So come on in, folks. We're going to analyze what happened here. But I can say with certainty that there has been people on social media who have been posting posts an hour or two before this incident here, warning people that ICE is in the area. They're doing their warnings again. They're using the social media platforms to warn the citizens that ICE are in the area. And now we have another crash, similar to probably what happened a couple weeks ago, and people here confronting agents. This is getting out of hand. This is getting crazy. And whoa. So this is, look at this. See what I'm saying? The mob is now confronting Border Patrol and ICE agents. They're out there. Some sort of crash took place. This is getting out of hand. Whoa, folks. Wackadoodle Wednesday. Oh, there's Greg Bavino. That's Greg Bavino right there. I can clearly see this haircut. Greg Bavino, the commander, the commander, he's out there. Whoa. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, folks. We have a big disturbance here. Unbelievable. We got another crash, some sort of situation. Now, there was a guy on social media by the name of Gregory Royal Pratt 50 minutes ago. Community report. ICE is on 26th Street at El Milagro. This is in the heart of Chicago's Mexican community, a little village. He's warning the people that ICE are in there, and now we have some sort of crash. We got crazy incident happening. It just keeps. It's these people that are being spies and encouraging people. Unbelievable. Look at this. Now we have a crash. We also got police involved, tow truck, and all that craziness, folks. Chicago. We take you to Chicago. I wouldn't be surprised if tear gas gets deployed at one point. ICE again. Border Patrol came under attack in some sort of incident here. It looks like the Sam's Club there in Little Village. I clearly see the post warning people in the area that the ICE is there. So this inspires people to either use their vehicles or confront ICE, confront law enforcement, federal law enforcement. This is the third time now in just a matter of weeks. A few weekends back, we had ICE in a car crash, right? People trying to ram their vehicles into ICE agents, resulting in a woman being shot and arrested. And then last week we had another incident on the east side of Chicago where they got pursued, or then they put a pit maneuver in a vehicle, and then the mob came out and confronted them. Border Patrol, this is Border Patrol and ICE getting out of hand. Now we have another one. This is the third major incident that I know of in just a matter of weeks. Ambushed again, for sure. Ambushed again.
Over the last week, I've literally interacted with over 300,000 plus real Chicagoans who say that it is hate speech for you to evoke the Civil War, to evoke bringing back the Confederacy, to say that law enforcement is a sickness when you yourself have over 150 sworn police officers on your detail. What do you say to these people, and will you ask your 150 sworn police officer CPD detail to stand down if you and your wife Stacy are ever attacked, shot at, or rammed with a protester vehicle?
Well, first of all, I'm sorry to hear that your numbers of interactions have gone down to only 300,000.
Actually, millions, but personally, I've interacted with over 300,000, believe it or not.
So it went down this week.
No, it's going up.
You just
Higher
said-
than yours, by the way.
So 300.
By the way, check out your comments. Check out the comments on your feed.
I think it's important to be able to make sure that to the people that you're talking to, though you're talking to less and less people every week, is that they know the truth. Here's what I've said. That
Please.
the addiction on jails and incarceration and the addiction of militarism, it is an evil. Dr. King made that very clear.
Really?
He did. And so I believe it's incumbent upon us to make sure that the real Chicagoans or the real people of America, instead of sending billions of dollars overseas, we should be spending it on the people right here in the city of Chicago.
Hold on. So we're not mad at the fact that a Trendiagua gang member had just murdered somebody in that same building on 75th and South Shore Drive. We're not mad because these people, Brandon Johnson and your alderman, knew who these people are. We're not mad at them for allowing this to happen in our communities and putting all of these people in our communities in these buildings and allow these gang members to take over our buildings in our community. We're not mad at that. We're not mad at these elected officials in Chicago who knew this was happening because we, the residents, were calling. Do you know how many calls they received about that building on South Shore Drive alone? On 75th and South Shore Drive, that exact building, do you know how many calls they received? And they didn't do anything about it. And so we are not mad at that. But we're mad because ICE had to come in and clean up the buildings that the Democrats allowed for illegal alien gang members to take over. We're mad because ICE had to come in and take care of this situation and do the job that our elected officials refuse to do, the jobs that we pay them to do. And we're mad at ICE for doing that. Okay. Oh yeah, we crazy. We gone.
Well, the real Chicagoans that I talk to, that I communicate with, mostly black and brown, actually, tell me that you don't seem to know the difference between illegal aliens and real Chicago citizens. They feel that you are siding with the illegal aliens over them in their communities. And sadly,
William, let's get to the question.
Let's get to the question. The real question is simply this. I don't know how to make it any more direct. An illegal alien from Nicaragua grabbed a woman on the north side last week, bashed her head into the sidewalk, knocked her unconscious, and her. If that had been your wife, Stacy,
Okay, all right, we're not going to answer.
if that had been your wife, Stacy, would you want ICE to deport her, to deport that illegal alien? Yes or no?
Let's move on.
Answer the question as a man, not as mayor, but as a man. Would you want ICE to deport that? No? Okay. That's the answer.
Sir, you can't do that on private property. You have to move on to the street.
Huh?
You can't do that on
You work
private
here?
property. I do.
Oh, okay.
Do not report me. You do not have permission.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you approve of these terrorists out here? You guys are helping these terrorists?
I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, because you guys support what these terrorists are doing against ICE, right? You supply all their stuff. You supply all their stuff. Have a great day. Yeah, this place, you guys, we got to call this place and make sure that we put all ones, zeros on Google reviews because they support what these people are doing, you guys. They 100% support what these people are doing and they're helping them. So we need to shut this place down. We need to shut this place down. Real shit. South Waterfront Heated Storage. 503-226-7777. 680 Southwest Bancroft, Portland, Oregon. They support terrorists. They support domestic terrorism. They support domestic terrorism.
A few moments later.
Instead of just showing footage of AOC saying the dumbest things ever, I want you to see why what she's saying is so wrong. Check it out.
We should be clear about who Charlie Kirk was. A man who believed that the Civil Rights Act that granted Black Americans the right to vote was a mistake. His rhetoric and beliefs were ignorant, uneducated, and sought to disenfranchise millions.
If you're gonna call someone else's rhetoric ignorant, shouldn't you make sure your rhetoric isn't ignorant? The Civil Rights Act didn't give Black Americans the right to vote. The 15th Amendment did that a century earlier. Then, the Voting Rights Act in 1965 removed the barriers that states were still using to block Black people. But here's the deeper problem. AOC is attacking a straw man. Straw manning is when you twist someone's argument into a weaker version, then attack that instead of what they actually said. It's a logical fallacy. And it's what caused people to think Charlie Kirk is a racist. Here was his actual point.
You said the Civil Rights Act was a mistake. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so the parts of the Civil Rights Act were great, but the way it's now being implemented to force men in female bathrooms to push forward of the trans agenda, the intent of the Civil Rights Act is way beyond what it was originally authored for.
But the intent specifically originally was to
Well, that's interesting. So the intent and the law are two different things. So the intent was noble, which was to say that no American can be not allowed into a place of business based on the color of their skin or their ethnic heritage. Totally agreement with that. That's not what the law only did. It created a massive anti-racist DEI army that then gave us affirmative action.
I could do this all day because Charlie made this argument many times. Charlie supported the Civil Rights Act's intention to protect Black Americans from discrimination. His argument was that the law left loopholes, which are now being twisted to justify men and women's sports or racial discrimination in college admissions. AOC didn't just push this straw man once. She repeated it in emails. She pushed it on social media. And she was online when she sent those. 30 seconds with AI could have told her the context. All she had to do was ask, I heard Charlie said X. What's the context? Or, what are the strongest arguments for and against this claim? That's how you steel man an argument. That's how you avoid straw manning. You can disagree with Charlie without misrepresenting the past. Lies got him killed. And if this doesn't stop, he won't be the last.
You guys, it's so true. I love this guy, follow this guy, because he's busting myths, but it's really, he's bringing the dark to light. He's saying you can't just lie to people anymore. We are going to uncover it, and it's me and you that are going to be the ones that do it. So share content just like this.
We know that this has impacted undocumented immigrants who in Los Angeles are Angelenos because we don't make the distinction. They are neighbors and workers contributing to our city, and they continue to be swept up in these actions, denied their rights, and subjected to fear and uncertainty without legal protection.
Meanwhile,
Hey, cops! Cops!
I'm so sick and fucking tired of hearing about privilege. Privilege isn't being white, bonehead. Privilege is living in government housing and calling people oppressors while they pay your fucking bills. Get it? I'm done pretending that any of this bullshit makes sense. You want to talk about privilege? You want to talk about real privilege? Real privilege is wearing $200 sneakers when you haven't worked a day in your life. Privilege is walking around with $300 Beats headphones while you're living on fucking food stamps, while you're on public assistance, and it's paid for by people who wake up and grind every day. Privilege is having the latest smartphone with unlimited data and having zero idea where the bill goes because somebody else is always picking up the tab. Privilege is being able to protest every little thing that offends you without worrying about calling in sick to work because you don't have a fucking job. Privilege is being able to cheat, lie, fail over and over again in life and still get bailed out while people who play by the rules get punished. That's privilege. This isn't about race. This isn't about class. This is about accountability. We've got a culture that rewards victimhood and demonizes work ethic and responsibility. Meanwhile, the people holding everything together for the rest of society, they get taxed into the fucking ground. Their businesses get choked by regulation, and they get personally vilified.
Happy 415 Day, Board of Supervisors. Great speech, Nancy. You know, I think it's time we prioritize the well-being of women and children in our community. She has a point, you know. It's kids in school. They should be learning ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, playing outside. Instead, they're being sexualized and taught adult materials they should not be exposed to. And kids aren't just suffering at the schools. On their way to schools, as we all seen, they're forced to navigate the trenches, which are filled with tents and bodies, broken government-issued crack pipes. There's 20-plus people using fentanyl at the playground. And ever since they started cracking down, keyword cracking down, on 6th and Market and 24th and Mission, the Honduras fentanyl dealers have adapted. They're using electric scooters now to circle around our playgrounds and our problem areas. They are mobile peddlers of death. Fentanyl is a form of chemical warfare on the American people, comes from China across the southern border. These Honduras fentanyl dealers need to be deported, not given the same rights as indigenous Native Americans. When children are walking to school in San Francisco and they're tripping over bodies and needles and there's feces everywhere, that's a problem. When children are playing on the playground and there are 20-plus people using fentanyl, that's a problem. You guys are supposed to be the leaders of our community. And I'd like to see as much vigor for the fentanyl genocide happening right in front of City Hall at the same amount as you guys virtue signal for every little thing while everything gets progressively worse. Progressive policy is making everything progressively worse. Harm reduction is causing more harm. Forget the gentleman's name, last name Scholes. He said downtown is for drug users. He overdosed this morning. He's no longer with us. You can't blame that on Republicans. You guys, there's a civil war happening in the Democrat Party. You got moderates versus the far left, but you're both wrong. You guys need to take a look in the mirror and take a walk at the bottom of the hill. You're living on top of the hill where everything's fine and dandy.
Thank you for your comments.
Originally from Kenya, and I appreciate this country that gave us second chances in life. And we have a lot to say thank you to the city of San Francisco, to America. But of late, it has become a dumpster. It has become a very disgusting place, especially when we have superstar children in public schools here, where they're indoctrinated, propaganda taught. We brought the Kenyan president here. He was not acknowledged by a black London breed we hated. So Bilal Mahmoud, we are asking for an African Cultural Center
Ma'am,
where
address
we
your
can do our
comments to
own
the board as a
programming.
whole,
And we
not
need
directly
Elon
to a
Musk to
member.
come and doge the education system here. And thank you to Trump for dismantling the education system.
My God!
Wait, what'd you say?
What'd you say?
Black and MAGA. I can't be black and MAGA?
Worse.
I can't be black and MAGA.
You can't sweat skin because there'll be a lot of blacks who are rolling with the Republicans.
So I can't be black and MAGA.
Oh, you can be black and MAGA.
Do
You're a fucking sellout.
Oh.
You're a sellout.
How am I a sellout?
You're a piece of shit.
I can't have my own opinion.
Absolute.
I can't have my own opinion.
You are really. It's worse. You would expect that shit from me being white, but you hate yourself so much.
Oh my!
You have so much self-hate that it's sad. Hopefully you'll come around.
You said shame on him?
Shame on him.
Really?
Why
do you feel the need to lecture him as a black man? I mean, you're telling him.
Right. You fucking hate your own skin color. Do you think that Trump people like you? A lot of them. Oh, they hate you. They are using you. You exist. People like you.
Are you using white privilege to try to lecture a black man? Is that what's going on right now? Is that what's going on?
I use my
white privilege to lecture a black man, a colored man?
I use my white privilege to help other people.
By lecturing a black man. That's a different opinion, right? That's a different opinion, right? So lecture.
Bro, but it's kind of true.
What do you mean chill? He walked it up to him and then scolded him for being black.
Okay, that's not what happened.
No, how is that not what happened? Okay, he's saying shame on him because he's black and wearing a MAGA hat. That's why he came up to him. That's not what happened? Okay. It was crazy. You walked through the crowd at the Waterfront. Yeah, so I was trying to find the pro-MAGA crowd because, to show support with them and stand with them. And I got caught up in the crowd, and I was walking through them. It was very interesting. A lot of dirty looks, a lot of negative comments. But other than that, I didn't engage in any, shit talking. I just kept going, kept walking because, I'm outnumbered. There's only hundreds of people in the crowd. I'm by myself. This black man, that's dark skinned with the MAGA hat, with the Trump bandana, and with a Trump 2024 shirt. So you best believe that when I was in that crowd, I just, just minding my own business and just kept walking. But other than that, I'm in support of Donald Trump. God bless our president. God bless our ICE officers, and God bless America. And to all the patriots that are watching this, God bless you, and let's make this country great again, man. You're the man.
I'm confused. I thought he hated immigrants, so why did he marry one? And why did he pick a running mate who also married one, who is also non-white? And I thought he hated women, but why did he give the first ever woman the chief of staff title in the history of the United States and also give women top positions in his administration? I thought he was supposed to start World War III, not stop 8 wars in 9 months. I thought we were under a dictatorship, so why is everyone free to say whatever they want and protest whatever they want? Meanwhile, the people that they voted for, the last administration, were censoring people, calling social media companies to censor people who they didn't agree with. How is democracy at risk when the president was voted democratically and won fairly, the electoral vote, the popular vote, and won all the swing states? Are you questioning the election results? Are you a conspiracy theorist now? You were saying to free Palestine every day the past 2 years, and now that it has been freed, you're now waving around the American flag, but I thought that was right-wing extremism. You're suddenly for the First Amendment, but you publicly celebrated someone getting assassinated for their right to the First Amendment.
Who are now being victimized by this Trump Republican shutdown. We continue to stand with you. And we'll stand with you as we've done from the very beginning of this presidency. And the law is clear. Every single furloughed federal employee is entitled to back pay. Period. Full stop. The law is clear. And we will make sure that that law is followed.
Oh, what do we have here? When LA Times is calling something effectively a bailout by Newsom, let's dive into this one. So, what I've been noticing is lawmakers in California love to talk about climate change as the cause of wildfires. But let's talk about what's really happening. In 2024, California saw at least 237 utility equipment ignitions, with 135 of those fire ignitions tied to Southern California Edison, SCE. It's easier for legislators to talk about climate change, though, because the weather doesn't fund their campaigns. Meanwhile, utility companies are widely known for their major political donations. Now we have SB 254, which was just signed by Governor Gavin Newsom. SB 254 sounds like utility reform with its wildfire mitigation plans and cost effectiveness, blah, 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 blah. But if you take a deep dive, what the bill really does is reduce the financial exposure of Southern California Edison for the Eaton fire. Even the LA Times calls it, in quotes, effectively a bailout for SCE. It allows Southern California Edison to draw on the existing $21 billion state wildfire fund, half of which is funded by you, the ratepayer, and to move the burden of liability from Southern California Edison's private balance sheet to the state fund. And guess who's the primary implementing agency for SB 254? Gavin's 5 appointed friends on the California Public Utilities Commission, the CPUC.
No kings, but you'll shut down churches. No kings, but you'll force people out of their jobs for not complying. No kings, but you'll arrest a barber for opening his shop. No kings, but your leaders party maskless while your kids eat lunch behind plexiglass. No kings, but you'll cancel someone for saying 2 + 2 will always equal 4. No kings, but you'll hand power to bureaucrats you never even voted for. No kings, but you'll preach freedom while silencing anyone who thinks differently. No kings, but you'll trust government scientists more than your own common sense. No kings, but when black people think differently, they're coons and bedwenches. No kings, but you'll burn cities to fight oppression while cheering when small businesses are crushed. No kings, but you'll demand obedience like peasants under a crown. See, it was never no kings. It was our kings, just not yours.
Crying harder, crying harder. Trump is your president. Crying harder, crying harder. Trump is your president.
On the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" catch!
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core.
Hey, let me shut down the city! We are at war!
We're at a war right now.
We are at war.
So you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
And that's why the gloves are off.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
And yes, there are many threats to democracy. We see it with these extreme candidates.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
But you can only push people so far. And then they start to take matters into their own hands.
What the American public want is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. This is an actual fight.
You know, this is literally call to arms.
The MAGA movement is a threat.
But Michelle says that, when they go low, we go high.
No. With all due respect, if they go low, we don't go high.
When they go low, we kick them.
We take them to the mud and choke them out.
And make sure that they stay down. And you know what? Kick them when they're down, because they deserve it.
Get up in the face of some Congress people.
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your We have to fight this in the streets.
We're going to fight it in the streets. It's time to step out of your comfort zone and step out into the streets.
To our Republican colleagues, if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire. Resist!
You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
He's not going to have a third term. He may not finish this term.
That's the last few days you woke up thinking there might be news. Just saying. Just saying. There will be news sometime. Just so you know, there will be news.
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith in my life.
But if you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.